Have you ever felt a connection so strong it seems to defy explanation? One that lingers, like a whisper in the wind or a footprint in the morning dew. This is the story of Leo and Sam, two boys whose friendship was just like that, a bond so powerful, it reached beyond the veil of what we know as life and death. Our story begins in the small, quiet town of Oahafen, a place where everyone knew everyone. The seasons painted the landscape with predictable beauty. 10-year-old Leo was a whirlwind of energy, his laughter echoing through the dense woods that bordered his backyard. His best friend, Sam, was his shadow. Where Leo was loud and adventurous, Sam was quiet and observant, perfectly content to follow Leo's lead. Their favorite place in the entire world was the sprawling Oahafen woods. It was their kingdom, their sanctuary, a place of infinite discovery. Together, they'd built a fortress of imagination, a magnificent treehouse tucked away in the heart of the woods, nestled in the branches of a giant, ancient oak. It wasn't just wood and nails. It was their secret headquarters, a castle in the sky. They spent countless summer afternoons there, sharing dreams, telling secrets, and carving their initials L-Tamba as inside a crudely drawn heart on the floorboards. It was their promise of a friendship that would last forever. But forever, as we know it, can be tragically short. One crisp autumn afternoon, a sudden, devastating accident took Leo from the world. The laughter that once filled the woods fell silent. A heavy blanket of grief settled over Oahafen, and for some, the world lost all its color. The woods, once a source of joy, now felt empty and haunted by memories. He couldn't bring himself to go back to their treehouse, to the place where every plank of wood screamed Leo's name. The first winter without Leo was long and bleak. Spring arrived, and with it, the familiar morning ritual of dew-kissed grass. One morning, as Sam stared listlessly out his kitchen window, something caught his eye. Sir, on the lawn leading towards the woods, was a single set of small, bare footprints, glistening in the early morning light. They were the small Tibetan adults, and no more one else was awake. He dismissed it as a trick of the light, a figment of his grieving imagination. But the next morning, they were sure again. A clear, distinct trail of tiny footprints, leading from the edge of his yard and disappearing into the tree line. And the morning after that, a strange mix of fear and curiosity began to bubble inside Sam. Whose feet were they? And why did they always lead towards the woods, their woods? He remembered Leo's favorite thing to do on summer mornings, running barefoot through the dewy grass, claiming he was a nature spirit, leaving his mark on the world. The memory hit Sam with a pang of sorrow, but also with a flicker of something else. A wild, impossible hope. Could it be? After a week of seeing the mysterious trail, Sam's curiosity won over his fear. He had to know. One morning, before the sun had fully risen, he crept out of his house, his heart pounding in his chest. The air was cool, and he smelled of dampers. And so they were, fresh and clear, as if someone had just walked by moments ago. Taking a deep breath, Sam began to follow them. The footprints were spaced with a child's playful guide, sometimes hopping, sometimes taking a long stride. They led him down the familiar path into Oahafen woods. The deeper he went, the more the woods seemed to come alive around him. The birds seemed to sing a little louder. The sunlight filtering through the canopy felt a little warmer. It was as if the woods were welcoming him back. The trail was unerring, winding past the familiar landmarks he and Leo had named Dragon's Rat, the Whispering Creek, the troll bridge made of a fallen log. Every step was a step, but in time, each footprint a breadcrumb of memory. He wasn't scared anymore. He felt a profound sense of peace, a feeling that he was not alone. Finally, the footprints led him to a clearing he knew all too well. Sir, standing majestic and ancient, was the giant oak tree. And nestled in its branches, almost hidden by the new spring leaves, was their tree house. The rope ladder, which they had braided together, swayed gently in the breeze. The footprints stopped right at the base of the tree. Sam's breath caught in his throat. He hadn't been here in months. He expected it to be dilapidated, covered in leaves and dirt. But as he looked up, he saw that it was perfect. The small window was clean. The little flag they had made from an old t-shirt was not tattered. It waved proudly from the roof. It looked as if someone had been taking care of it. With trembling hands, he grabbed the rope ladder and he began to climb. Each rung was a step closer to the heart of his friendship, a step closer to the boy he missed more than words could say. When he pulled himself onto the platform, he was stunned. The inside was spotless. The floor was swept clean of leaves and twigs. Their collection of treasures, shiny rocks, a bird's feather, a strange-looking bottle cap was neatly arranged on the shelf. Andy said. In the center of the floor was something new. It was a small, intricately carved wooden bird. Its wings were spread as if in mid-flight. Andy, the craftsmanship was remarkable, far beyond anything he or Leo could have ever made. Next to the bird was a single, perfect acorn, polished to a shine. Some sank to his knees, his fingers tracing the smooth wood of the bird. He didn't need to see a ghost or hear a voice. He knew this was a message. This was Leo, telling him it was okay, telling him that their friendship hadn't ended. It had just changed. The footprints weren't a haunting, they were an invitation, a call to come back to their place, to remember, and to not let their shared world fade away. Tears streamed down Sam's face, but they weren't tears of sadness anymore. They were tears of gratitude, of love, of a connection that death could not sever. He looked out the window, over the woods that were once again his kingdom, and he whispered into the wind, "Thank you, Leo, I'll take care of it now." From that day on, Sam visited the treehouse every week. He kept it clean, added new treasures to their collection, and sometimes, he would just sit there, feeling the quiet presence of his best friend. The mysterious footprints in the dew never appeared again. They didn't need tea. Sam had found his way back. The story teaches us that the people we love never truly leave us. Their spirit, their memory, and their love remain, leaving invisible footprints on our hearts, guiding us back to the places where joy lives, waiting for us to find it again. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If this story touched your heart, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more stories that explore the beautiful mysteries of life. We'd love to have you in our community. Until next time, take care.